Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and patch 920.1 has hit. And of course, if you are lucky enough to have the FV215B Tier 10 British heavy tank in your garage, then you'll be looking at this shiny thing in your garage right now. Of course, with patch 920.1, the FV215B was replaced in the tech tree with a Super Conqueror, and that's what we can see my old mate Hilly from Pyro Clan running around in on the first day. And of course, when there's a new tank out, you can see in the top left hand side and right hand side of the screen 5 Super Conquerors on each team, and that's exactly what I found when I was playing on the first night as well. There was Super Conquerors everywhere. The most I saw was 15 out of 30. But anyway, if you are a big fan of the FV215B, fear not, that's still in your garage as a special vehicle. And of course, as a special vehicle, I guess that's just a nice way of saying that it's a premium tank without the extra credits, to put it simply. The crew that you had in the FV215B would have automatically been retrained for free for the Super Conqueror, as well as any equipment that was on it would have been demounted and put in your depot. Camouflage and emblems would have also been removed and put onto the Super Conqueror. So all you need to do is resupply your new Super Conqueror with the equipment, if you want to run the same equipment. That's why they don't put it on, in case you want to change your mind and put a different piece of equipment on. As Hilly moves down to the eastern flank of steps, he's getting closer and closer to the action in the Super Conqueror. So that's all you need to do. If you got one of these, and I did, I had a couple of games in it last night, and crew gets automatically retrained, but of course that crew can still be used in the FV215B because it is a special tank. Similar as if you're a fan of British tanks and you've got a Centurion Action X, you can also use that crew in the Cromwell B, or the Australian Sentinel, which went on sale not too long ago. Anyway, Hilly is down here. Hilly, the clan leader of Pyro Clan. He might not be the commander at the moment, but he's been around for a hell of a long time in a number of clans. Of course, he was with Anzaf and all those kind of clans when there was about 4 Anzaf clans, I think, when I first started. But Hilly down here getting stuck right in. He's not sitting back and sniping. He's getting stuck right in to where all the heavy tank action is happening. He's not penetrating that many shots. In fact, he's only penetrated 1. But with that quick reload, you can take advantage and put a shot into the side of that IS-7. Standard rounds, 400 damage, 259 penetration, which isn't too bad. APCR 326 if you need a little bit more to get through those heavily armoured tanks on the other side, like the E100, the IS-7, the Mouse, and maybe even those Super Conquerors. You can see that unlike the FV215B, the Super Conqueror has got a normal turret rather than a rear mounted turret. It's got these guard things on the sides, and they do count as spaced armor if memory serves me correct. And you can definitely bounce shots, like you can see Hilly doing here, getting nice and hull down. So he's only exposing the top part of his turret when he pokes over. He's certainly getting a lot of attention from artillery. 2 auto-loading artillery pieces on the enemy side, and they're certainly looking towards Hilly and those other heavies that are accosting the eastern side of steps. 1 all the score now. Hilly up to 1,527 hit points of damage. Can't fix his commander up because he's already fixed his commander up once, and he's waiting for that first aid kit to cool down. But it doesn't really matter, because not having the commander, of course, that affects your view range, but doesn't need much view range at the moment because there's all those enemy tanks right next to each other, and so he just needs to continue to save his hit points. He has copped a few shots, but he's still on nearly 1,800 hit points of damage. He's blocked nearly 1,000. Having a pretty good start to this game on steps. He's looking around here, looking at an opportunistic shot into these enemy tanks. He's succumbed and loaded some APCR, which is premium ammunition, in this tank. Bounces the Super Conqueror and the Mouse, brings his bounced damage up to nearly 1,400 hit points. Just misses the shot on that E100. That certainly would have went through on the side of the turret. You can see the E100 not aiming Hilly's way, but he does get out of the way just before Hilly's gun reloads. The team is in a little bit of trouble here, so he's going to have to put his carry pants on with the score on 2-6. They're down by 4 tanks. Of course, it's an all tier 10 game, which I saw a lot of those last night myself, which was good because I'm on my final mission for the Object 260 for heavy tanks, and of course the more hit points up for grabs, the better. Doesn't quite land that shot towards the E100, but he's got the what is it, Type 5 heavy that died. He died in a very convenient spot for Hilly there. He's got that big Japanese carcass to hide behind and try and minimise the chances of the enemy team putting damage into his brand new tank. Puts another shot into the E100, brings his damage gun up to nearly 1900 hit points, so he's certainly off to a pretty good start. And of course that gun has reloaded again, but the E100 just turned his turret to a little bit of an angle pretty quickly. Puts another shot into the E100 again, takes him down to 662 hit points. Somebody else takes him down to 300, and of course Hilly's keeping him tracked there, so he's picking up a little bit of assisted damage along the way as he picks up his first kill of the game. Brings the score back to 5-8 on steps, and now clearly looking at the mouse. Now that's going to be a challenge to penetrate, especially angled, but looks like plenty of people are shooting towards the super heavy, and Hilly says, well, nobody's looking, I'm just going to grab that kill on the IS-7. The other Super Conqueror picks up the kill on that mouse, and now of course looking at the mini-map there, they're certainly winning this fight, and now they're only down by one tank, but enemy team are going for the cap, so it's time for Hilly to do a U-turn and go back and try and stop the enemy team by capping this one out. 8-9 the score now. Hilly on 2,611 hit points of damage, 2,360 block damage. Nothing wrong with the armour in this new tank. I've found it very challenging in the FE215B to block too much damage, other than when you're only exposing your turret, which can be a little bit challenging, especially in a rear turreted heavy tank like the FE215B. Super Conqueror, of course, the turret's up just past the middle, up near the front, like a normal tank, I guess you would say, and it's a lot easier to get hulled down. The gun depression isn't too sloppy either. You can see there, you can see the way the gun's angled down as he comes over this ridgeline. He auto aims and kills the T110E4, evens the scoreboard up 10 apiece, but he needs to get to that cap and get some resets happening. That M48 pattern looks like he's not going to go forward too quickly because, well, he's low health. He doesn't want to die, that's for sure. Gets a reset into the T110E5, bounces the shot from the enemy Super Conqueror, and this is what this tank's good at. Hull down, poking over ridge lines. He's already taken some cap points off the E5, that's why he poked over and got a shot into the Super Conqueror, but the Super Conqueror has now left the cap circle. The score 11 apiece now. Tanks going down all over the place. Puts another shot into that Super Conqueror. 11-12 now as two friendly tanks get blown to smithereens. 3 kills, 4,155 damage done from Hilly, and now it's just him and artillery left up against the last 3 enemy tanks, which is that Super Conqueror here. One more shot might do it. Gone for the high explosive round here. Let's see if that works with the enemy Super Conqueror on 43 hit points. Waits for that gun to aim, and he does it. Certainly that wasn't a bad call at all. Of course, the high explosive, the Hesh rounds, do 515 damage. The penetration drops to 120 compared to 326 with APC up, and of course 259 with the standard rounds. 4 kills for Hilly. 4 kills to Hilly as he looks towards that Death Star. Doesn't quite land that shot. He's only got 11 shots left. He has been keeping that gun working all game long, and looks like, look to me, was that FE215B183 aiming towards Hilly? He's not. Looks like he might be aiming towards the artillery. Now he's certainly aiming at Hilly as he puts another shot. Tries to get the tracking shot, doesn't quite work, but it does take him down to 1100 hit points. Still that FV not aiming Hilly's way. Hilly shoots him, sets him on fire, but it looks like an automatic fire extinguisher just got fired up, and now it looks like that tank is certainly aiming Hilly's way. Probably the reason originally he wasn't aiming for Hilly is because it would have taken more than one shot to kill him. He did cop 700 hit points of damage from that high explosive round, and a fire. No, not a fire. He set him on fire. And he lost another crew member. I think it was the commander again. But he got it fixed. And now with the score on 14-13, there's a top gun up for grabs for Hilly from Pyro Clan, as well as an absolute ripper of a carry. If he can pick up the last kill, who knows? The Object 261 might find the enemy French artillery and blow him to smithereens. Who knows? There he is now. He fires clutch. He gets it. Picks up the top gun. Carries the game. And I reckon about 5 minutes later, he shot me an email saying, Stewie, have a look at this. And of course, with the new patch, you saw that different like victory notification, if you like, in the in the game. You know, in the game it's got that new victory thing, which I reckon's a nice little touch. It looks pretty cool. As we have a quick look at the result, not a bad result at all from Hilly from Pyro Clan. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, the Hand of God Medal, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect and Shellproof, because he blocked a hell of a lot of damage. We'll see that in a minute. He also picked up the Defender Medal because those two tanks were capping towards the end of the game. Steel Wall, High Caliber, Top Gun, thank you very much. Ace Tanker, send that one off to Stewie, and he was pretty excited. I saw when he put it on social media, he was pretty excited about the Ace Tanker in just it must have been one of his first few games because it was a pretty new tank when he put that one up. 6,339 hit points of damage, 6 kills, 1454 base experience. He only just made some credits with a premium account in that 10-minute game, but that's probably because he missed a fair few shots. He fired 35, 30 hit, so he only missed 5, but 10 didn't go through. But he was fighting some heavily armoured tanks on that eastern flank towards the start. There was other Super Conquerors, of course, but there was the Mouse E100. I think it was a big Japanese thing there. He blocked 2,760. He got a little bit of assisted as well. And he says, "You're beauty, Ace Tanker." Thank you very much to Hilly from Pyro Clan for the first replay of patch 920.1. As we move on to another game, the second game in this double shot of the brand new Tier 10 British heavy tank, the Super Conqueror. If you've only just tuned in, if you had the FV215B, you will now have this as well. So essentially you've got a tank for free. I was pretty excited when I got mine. The FV215B though does hold a special place in my heart. It was my very first Tier 10 tank, unless I'm mistaken. I reckon it was my first Tier 10 tank. But look, I'll be honest with you, I never really got that good at playing the thing. So, but anyway, this is proving to be a pretty good tank. The British tanks, especially in Clan Wars, haven't really received that much love over the years, and you often didn't see it. People generally went for, if they were looking at heavy tanks for a Clan Wars battle, they generally went for, you know, the big, heavily armoured German ones. Of course, the Russian tanks, the E5s, the T57s, or other auto loaders, and now with the Chinese in it, the Chinese heavy tanks definitely get a run in Clan Wars as well. But it's good to see this. Maybe this is going to make British tanks get a few more games at Tier 10 Clan Wars. Anyway, we're looking from M3C's point of view. M3C from EGP Clan. He's been around for a while. He's been a supporter of this channel for some time. And so are all the lads from EGP. They absolutely love it. They send me some awesome replays. Now, this is Live Oaks. Trust me, I know what the map's called. This is Live Oaks, and he's going down there again. Once again, this is clearly on the first day of patch 920.1. This one, just 8 Super Conquerors in this battle. As I said earlier, there was 15 in one of the games I was in. I was playing Tier 10s all night last night, and I saw a hell of a lot of these things. Anyway, M3C, or Mech, has put a shot into the enemy Super Conqueror, who's clearly aiming his well, but Mech has got I reckon he's got the positional advantage. He's a little bit more hull down than that other Super Conqueror is, and so he's going to bounce more shots than the other one is, because he's getting some nice, juicy shots into the lower plate of the new British Tier 10 heavy tank, and managed to pick up 1,228 damage into that one tank, and didn't take any damage at all. The only damage he's lost so far is from those early artillery shells. As he pops, gets his first kill, and yes, it's a Super Conqueror. 2 zips a score on Live Oaks. Goes to show, standing out of the open in a Super Conqueror, or let's be honest, any heavy tank really, isn't always the best idea. Mech sure seems to know this. He just saw an artillery shell go into those enemy tanks with the score on 2 zip. He's on 1,576 damage so far, 370 assisted and 800 bounce. He's bounced those 2 shots from that first Super Conqueror that he was shooting at. Gets a critical hit into another Super Conqueror with the score on 2-1 now. The T110E5 just went down to the big German artillery. There are 3 artilleries in this battle on each team, and so Mech is, I guess, by staying reasonably close to the train, maybe he's a little bit arty safe, I guess. It just depends on where they are. If they've come down, if any arties have come down here to D0, I doubt they have. I reckon they would have been seen though, simply because of the fact that STB's been spotted. So it'd be a pretty safe bet that they're either back at A0, A9, or they might have even moved into the city, because you can see nobody on Mech's team went towards the city, went towards the western flank, which is not that unusual. I mean, this is normally the flank where it all happens on Live Oaks, but a T110E4 has gotten all the way to the base mech or M3C from EGP Clan 3. The T110E4's gotten all the way to their green flag, and that's why some of these medium tanks are moving back to try and get vision on this heavy tank, as well as whatever might be an F1 that somebody's pinging there. Conqueror gun carrier picks up the kill on the E100, gets another tier 10 heavy tank, or gets another heavy tank out of this game. Looks like mech might be deciding to turn around here. Confident in that WZ1115A. I'm not sure if I would be. Maybe he's going to help support him, because that Chinese heavy tank, another new tank, is certainly getting plenty of attention. He's down to 220 hit points as mech tries to get the kill into the STB1, but the other Super Conqueror does. Puppy TD, that's a pretty cool in-game name. 4-3 the score now, 1576 damage done, 800 blocked, 370 assisted, and it looks like he's going to try for a little bit of a different approach towards these enemy tanks. Maybe I think you might want to try and flank these two Super Conquerors that are just on the other side of the railway line before they can take too many tanks out, and they just did. They just picked up a kill down there. They should be able to get a nice juicy shot into the back of that Super Conqueror. High roll will kill him. Doesn't quite. He leaves him on 13 hit points. Looks like he's going straight for him. I reckon I would have kept rolling forward just to try and discourage the enemy artillery from shooting, because there are still 3 enemy artilleries in this game, and if he's too far away from the enemy tanks, those enemy artilleries will certainly be able to get him. One more shot for this Super Conqueror will do it, and then there'll be no enemy tanks left to spot M3C from EGP Clan on this eastern flank. There's the big bad British artillery piece. Just been spotted, probably by the WZ1115A, and it looks like he's just fired towards our hero from EGP Clan in the Super Conqueror. He's on 2,500 damage. He's blocked a bit. He's just spotted another artillery. That should be a nice one. There you go. Doesn't quite get the kill. 387, bit of a low roll, but he was never going to one-shot the German artillery piece. Luckily, the reload time is fantastic. So it's pardon me, about 7 seconds I think between shots. So it's 400 alpha, 7 seconds. That's pretty handy if you ask me. 7-4 the score now, so you'd be confident in picking up the win on this game. And friendly artillery tried to kill the Conqueror, but the WZ1115A finished him off. He was on pretty low hit points. M3C not stuffing around. He's going straight for the German artillery. That's just going to leave the Russian one, who has not yet been spotted. He's the only tank that has not been spotted this game. The Japan 3100 just pinged A3 and said that's where he is, and that WZ1115A picked up the kill on that German artillery piece and brings the score up to 9-4. Nearly 3,000 damage done by M3C. From EGP Clan, 800 blocked, 370 assisted. It's going to roll towards his town. What's left on the enemy team? The FB4 005. That'll be painful if it hits. The T110E4, who's spotted just in front of M3C. The new German Tier 10 light tank. There's the E4. Not sure if this is going to penetrate. Maybe it will. It tracks him. So he'll be hoping to pick up some assisted damage. Looks like the E4 just fixed his tracks and kept rolling. 10-5's the score as the E5 goes down closer to the friendly base. These artillery pieces will probably be... Clearly one was aiming around about here. That's where that T110E5 was. Just 4 enemy tanks left now. 10-5 is the score. Fires towards the FE215B. He's playing old school, that guy. He's not stuffing around with this new tank. He wants to keep the old one rolling. And of course that's what you can do if you've got this tank. You can run the same crew in both tanks. Take advantage of the extra crew experience and get these British tanking crew members to earn their money by working in 2 tanks. Looking towards what's colloquially known as the shit barn. Puts 421 damage into him. You can see he just fired. Not sure if M3C just saw he just fired, because he could clearly get a couple more shots in before that FE can reload. It's got a pretty long reload, but he does have 215B to look out for. This will be an easy kill. Thank you very much for kill number 4. Does cop a shot from behind from the FE215B, the old school British heavy tank. Gets some damage into his petrol tank, pops another shot in just for good measure, takes him down to 691. The light tank kills that STB1. Bit of trying to, I don't know, a bit of a dance going on here. Of course, both of these, I'm pretty sure the gun's pretty much the same. It looks like it's on for young and old. Wants to get rid of the FV first. That's, unfortunately, the worst time to bounce it. That would have been a one-shot. That would have been a kill, but artillery does its job. Unfortunately, artillery stunned him as well. Copped a little bit of attention from the Conqueror as well. Yeah, and of course they say sorry in the chat. 5 kills in the end for M3C. Unlucky not to get the top gun. He nearly had that FE215B by the short and curlies, but good result, and an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for M3C from EGP Clan. The Ace Tanker spotter medal. Didn't notice how much spotting he did, but we'll see it in a minute. He must have done a fair amount. Bruiser Fighter, 5 for effect. Plenty of damage done to all those tanks. Well and truly carried it. I'm tipping that he's liking this new tank. 4,260 damage, 5 kills, 1235 base experience. He did 1,500 spotting damage, 1,500 damage blocked as well, and made a tidy little profit because I don't think he ran premium rounds at all. 28,000 after tax with a premium account. So there you go. 2 Ace Tanker replays from my old mate Hilly from Pyro and M3C from EGP Clan in the brand new shiny Super Conqueror, the new Tier 10 British heavy tank on the tech tree. Thanks very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.